Greetings, Mega Man fans, and welcome back to the Mega Man Rock Force LPA. Hopefully everyone's feeling alright, but if you aren't, don't worry, you're not alone. Plague Man, the fusion of Virus Man and Pulse Man, he's not feeling too hot himself, I imagine. But, of course, we're still chasing him down to his lair, nonetheless. It's near the ocean, so I'm guessing that explains why Kevin's Stage 48, which for all intents and purposes sounds like a water stage theme, is playing in a stage that isn't actually a water stage. That one-up makes me suspicious. I have a feeling I'm not gonna like this. Gah! Well, that was easy. Giant mosquito. This is Keto. Literally all it does is sit there, and then after time, it flies forward like that. And as you saw, a single charge shot is enough to kill it. It's very non-threatening, even on hard mode, where it actually does try to kill you by dripping liquid below itself when it flies forward. Very nice, in my opinion, because I hate mosquitoes. And it's incredibly cathartic to be able to blow the giant ones away like this. That being said, though, the real threat of this room is Raton. It behaves similarly to Mega Man 4, but now it has a flea problem. Not unlike the days of the Black Plague. When you kill it, three infectious fleas leap out of it and are poised to reverse your controls. So, yeah. Can't say I'm a fan of that idea. Can't say I'm a fan of that idea at all. I'm rather not fond of these creatures. Gah. I need to remember how this thing jumps sometimes. If I can skip them, or kill them before they become a threat to me, that's usually ideal. Usually. That being said, though, this final rat almost never works out the way I want it to. Oh, watch it. I can handle reverse controls well enough to get myself out of there. Oh boy. And there we go. Flea problem dealt with. Fortunately, I never have to deal with them again. Which is good, because I don't like the fleas or anything else that can reverse my controls. Oh, hi, Phage. And if you're here, yeah, Rotomotos aren't far behind. This is basically Virus Man 2.0 now. Even the Sniper Joes are a thing that was present in Virus Man's stage. Not necessarily a bad thing. If anything, it's a lot easier than Virus Man's actual stage was. Although I just tried to get myself killed there. So maybe I might, who knows, I might eat my own words. Then again, probably not. That section right back there is the only section that really provides any sort of challenge in this room. Challenge to me, anyway. Like I said, easier than the Virus Man section. And Tornado Man's using Tornado Blow to help us get the C-Tank. Very nice. I'm gonna need that. Well, and how do I progress? Oh! It's the snake block from, I believe it was Dark Man 3 in Mega Man 5. Oh, that was close. This is, like I said, it's the snake block, except you can actually kind of see where it's going right now. Which, not a bad gimmick. Works fairly well, but definitely a lot safer than the past gimmicks have been. After all, you've seen that one before. Oh. There's a ladder down there. Okay. Different use for the snake block. That's nice. I'm certainly not complaining about that. Alright. This is gonna come in a set of 3, isn't it? It seems to be this game's rule, the rule of 3. Originally, the spikes in this stage were the same kind of spike as that Circuit Man had. but that got changed. Ah, didn't make it that time. Thank goodness for shock guards. Otherwise, well, I'd be very dead. And now we have Mega Man 2's liquid droplets. The graphic may be different, but it's ultimately the same gimmick. And we have junk block dispensers. I think it was Sparkman's stage that did that? Although that being said, functionally speaking, they are identical to what Circuit Man's stage had. Even down to the fact that we've got junk blocks already spawned prior to the start of the level. Fairly easy section to get through, really. And Tornado Man is helping us get a little health. Incidentally, the only reward from that bottom route is this 1-up. As you can see, it's not terribly hard to just shock Gauntlet to get it. So not much point in just going anywhere other than the top one there. And that was the stage. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not terribly fond of this stage. I'm really not. Reversed controls are not a gimmick I personally enjoy. I can see how it's interesting and the challenge that it can provide, but I'm just plain not fond of it. I'm really bad with reversed controls most of the time. And really, Virus Man stage not only used the reversed controls, they put them in situations where it was a lot more dangerous. Really, only the snake block ended up putting viral enemies in a situation where being infected was incredibly dangerous. And as you saw, that wasn't hard to deal with. And for that matter, the few gimmicks this stage itself had without relying on enemies, all gimmicks that veterans will have seen before. Just maybe put in some slightly new situations. Based on that, this stage feels much, much safer than the rest of them have been. Not quite as innovative. A little disappointing, that. That being said, though, Plague Man has quite a bit of innovation to him. And is in fact a tricky one to explain and a trickier one to fight. At the moment, he's content to just keep jumping at me. Jumping either halfway towards me or all of the way. But be careful. Every successful shot you get in on him, if he has an arm attached, he's gonna lose it. Now, though, the real fight begins. His arms are content to jump up and shoot bubbles at you, and Plague Man himself is just as threatening with the ability to spit at you and run straight to your location. And I mean straight to your location, as that's when he stops. His run is one of his most dangerous abilities, simply because it is inherently lacking in a tell. His hands are dangerous. Definitely dangerous. There's no way to predict where they pop up from. Although thankfully, I don't think they actually have a hitbox anymore. They used to. Plague Man is tricky, no doubt about that. If you don't time your jumps well, he's going to pulverize you. And he has a lot of RNG to him. Fortunately, you can still predict him. As some of you may have noticed, he waited longer before he ran at me. And as I said, when he runs, he stops at your position. So if you move to jump over him, he's going to stop while you're above him. He can be very tricky if you aren't careful. Though he was originally much trickier. It seems like something's changed. Goldwater can confirm for me whether or not the hitbox on his arms has actually been removed or not, because I freely admit, I'm not sure. Fortunately, his actual attack, he's just puking at you, that has a pretty clear tell. And he's done. So with that, there's just 2 more left to go. So for the next one, Never enough of these boss types to go around. Tricky ones for Mega Man they always are. The next one will be going after an electric boss. But until then, thank you very much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed this episode, because I gotta admit, I do enjoy Plague Man's fight, even if he is a tricky little. And I shall see you for the next one. Until then, goodbye!